Y'all, thanks for stopping by the obviously Lee Authentic channel. My name's Leah, that's spelled L-E-A and not L-E-A-H. So I know this looks different, but my camera actually died. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. And I want to get these videos out right now. I am in the process of studying for 2 exams and a quiz. So for my new subscribers, what's up? Thanks for stopping by and for joining the crew. I appreciate you because we appreciate everybody over here. But I am in professional school. So right now I am studying for an anatomy exam for next week, a microanatomy exam, and a physiology exam. Well, quiz, which is technically exam, y'all, because when I tell you, I thought, quizzes used to be 10 questions, that's a quiz. No, their version of a quiz here is 25 to 30 questions. And then an exam is 50 to 70 questions. So everything is out of whack. But as the guys that help me be consistent with my channel, I created a schedule. So what works better for me when reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac is mashing episodes together. So that's what we do over here. But yeah, y'all, thank you again for the new subscribers, and let's get into these 2 episodes. So this will be my review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is episode 8 and episode 9. So let's start off with Ascale. I think Ascale is a great addition to the cast. I liked how in both episodes 8 and 9, she has been very vocal, but still rational in her responses to everything that is going on. Like even her response to Giselle at the end of episode 9 that came on Saturday, she basically with Candace was calling Giselle out and saying like, you were wrong for the way you approached the situation. And I like that about her. I also like that she gives us fashion. Like, y'all be wanting the girls from Real Housewives of Potomac to give y'all Atlanta fashions, but as someone who grew up in the DMV, people don't give you that unless there's an event. Like when it's Pride, yes, people be out showing you they Sunday's best, or if it's a festival or something of that nature, or like a huge event, definitely people are gonna dress down. But other than that, people dress real regular, y'all. Y'all be wanting, and that's the difference between Atlanta and Potomac, where Atlanta is called and referred to as the Black Hollywood. So of course we're expecting to see people dressed down to the nines in these outfits because we're expecting that type of wealth. In DC, Maryland, Virginia area, people have coin, but it's very quiet. Like wealth in DC and Virginia is very quiet. Like you wouldn't know certain people got money unless they said something. I went to school with people who were living in $5 and $6 and $10 million homes, and you wouldn't have known that because we were like, you in public school, why you not at a charter school or a private school? But that's just how normal it is. Like the wealthy and the rich really like mingle in with the middle class and lower class people. So it's like people just be dressing real regular, and the only time you would know they have money is if they always, like, especially the kids at my school, we only knew people had money if they always were wearing the latest outfits. The newest Uggs, had the newest like North Face jackets, the newest Adidas, everything. That's the only way we knew people had money. If they didn't wear the clothes, we really thought people were just regular like we were. But I like that she's Ethiopian. I hope we get more information or like about her heritage. Like the headpiece that she had on, what's it called? The headpiece she had on an episode that's coming up in the new episode, she looked beautiful in that. Like she looked gorgeous. And I hope she explains like if it's just like if it's a traditional piece or if it's just something that, people in Ethiopia just wear on the regular. But it looked gorgeous on her. So I like Ascale, and she looked beautiful in her green screen. That red, she looked like a dream. She looks gorgeous. So I am glad she's a part of the cast. She, to me, is what aids in giving the cast credibility, because there is a huge Ethiopian, Nigerian, and I think it's Ghanaian population in DC, Maryland, Virginia. So yeah, I hope, like, honestly, the best cast for me would be like black people. We have Asian people on the cast, and Latin people or Hispanic people and African people, is because that's what I grew up with. That is what is prevalent there. But I'm glad she's a part of the cast. So let's move on to Miss Robin. Robin getting on my nerves. I like Robin, but Robin is... I don't get her being so upset with Wendy, because it's like, Robin, everybody throws slugs at your relationship with Juan. Like, everybody throws slugs at your relationship with Juan Dixon. Like, we just gonna have to call it a spade a spade. Like, everybody throws slugs at you. And now all of a sudden you upset with Wendy. And I can't tell her if you're upset with her, like, for real, or is this just to create a storyline? But I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, and maybe you are genuinely upset with Wendy and you just thought you held Wendy to a higher regard. Because it seemed like Wendy and Robin had a really close budding relationship outside of Giselle. But Robin, you getting hit with that slug was your fault. When Wendy and Giselle were arguing, nobody else was in the mix, but you jumped in and you made yourself a target. Now, granted, I get being upset and frustrated. Like, you're like, if we're friends, why would you come at me that way? But Wendy probably was feeling like, it's 2 against 1, and I'm gonna back y'all up off of me. And she backed you up off of her. You made yourself look stupid when you simulated like you were like masturbating. It wasn't cute, Robin. It really wasn't. And then when you did the whole like calling a Juan, it didn't hit. It was funny to me, but I got why people thought it was corny, because Juan wasn't playing along with you. And it seems like Juan don't be ever playing along with you. My thing with Juan is, I don't know if Juan really loves Robin. I think he has love for Robin, because we all know that his family took him in once, unfortunately, both his parents succumbed to AIDS from being drug addicts. And so that's something that's very serious. So I feel like maybe he feels indebted to Robin. But you can tell that Robin is infatuated with Juan. Like, Robin, like, loves Juan. And it's kind of messed up that, like, you can tell that he doesn't have the same level of infatuation with her. And it kind of makes her, it makes her look desperate and stupid. But I don't know. You know how the old people say, if you like it, I love it. It is what it is at this point. It really is. It is what it is at this point, y'all. But yeah, I just feel like her being mad at Wendy is dumb. Wendy apologized. Was her apology subpar? Yes. But it is what it is. Really, it really is what it is. So let's move on to Giselle. I'm getting tired of y'all saying Giselle is miserable and bitter because she ain't got no man. Giselle has 3 beautiful daughters and she seems to be happy. Is Giselle a bitch? Hell yes. Giselle can be downright nasty and catty. But Giselle is playing the reality TV game and y'all just can't keep up with it. And that bothers y'all. Because let's call a spade a spade. Giselle is the face of Potomac. As much as y'all say Karen is, but who is out here with deals? Karen is not on the chat room with Portia. Giselle is. Giselle is out here getting sponsors from like, is it called 16? Is it 14,500 companies and stuff like that? With HelloFresh and things of that nature. Like, we ain't never seen Karen do anything other than promote her products, which is good for her. But y'all be saying she's bitter. It's just, like I said, is Giselle catty? Extremely catty. Giselle is like the epitome of a high school mean girl. But Giselle is playing the reality TV game and y'all just can't keep up. And that bothers y'all. Like, Giselle has 3 beautiful kids. Like, it kind of irked me when I saw people on Twitter talking about, what they say? They were saying that, like, who does Giselle go home to? Her 3 beautiful daughters. who seem to genuinely love their mom and appreciate her. I hate how y'all always be like, a woman doesn't need a man to feel fulfilled, but y'all constantly throw it in like Giselle's face. Granted, I totally understand that Giselle is very male-centered. We could all see that in the way that she pulled Robin aside to talk to her about her depression and like her pandemic blues, and was really harping on the fact that it wasn't okay that her fine husband, Juan, didn't find her attractive anymore. When it's like, girl, you should not be worried about this man. Well, worry about your friend. Was Giselle wrong in the way she presented the rumor? Extremely. Giselle should have gave Wendy the same grace and the same respect she gave Robin, and pulled Wendy aside to have the conversation on camera. But I don't like this whole thing about she's tearing down families. There would not be a family to tear down if y'all weren't out here doing dirt. like y'all gotta call it what it is. Like, even if y'all want to bring up the Monique situation, it wouldn't be dirt out here if you weren't doing dirt, ma'am. Like, everyone, like, it was so many people who said they saw you out here allegedly with your trainer. Like, you can't be, if you weren't doing dirt, there wouldn't be dirt out here for people to spread. So y'all can't really be mad that people are spreading the dirt. Don't do the dirt. Even with Wendy, it's kind of like, sis, you wanted to be with this reality TV game. Last year, I don't even understand why you're upset about this. When last year people said you allegedly came from a cursed tribe, and that's why your man didn't want to be with you because your family is cursed. And you didn't have nothing to say about that. But because Giselle brought this on TV, now it's an issue. I can't. And we're going to get into Wendy because I got a lot to say about Wendy. But what was crazy to me was there was some tea that was dropped that basically, and I'm going to post it. Y'all know we be posting screenshots over here. But Giselle did an interview, and basically this is what Giselle said. I'm going to sum it up because it's a paragraph. That she spoke to Wendy on the phone, but it was a rushed conversation. But they had talked before, I guess, filming and off camera, and shared the rumors that they saw online. And Wendy didn't even seem like she was bothered by it. But when the rumors are brought online, or like on camera, all of a sudden Wendy's reaction is like weird to Giselle because she was like, she knew we were talking about this. So Wendy's rebuttal to it was like, prior to Williamsburg, she said, Giselle never brought up the rumor to me on or off camera, ever. Which I kind of find that hard to believe. Giselle is a catty, B-I-T-C-H, but Giselle isn't a liar. So I feel like Wendy slightly is lying, to be honest, to be quite honest. Because, like I said in my other video, where I spoke about tea that Wendy spilled about Robin actually telling her about the Wendy rumors, it's kind of like you're not blindsided by this. And you're really putting on that you're blindsided, Wendy, when you knew about these rumors, ma'am. So it kind of makes you look fraudulent, in my opinion. Y'all could not feel that way, but I feel like Wendy is she being fraudulent. And we'll get to Wendy. But yeah, Giselle is wrong. We know Giselle is wrong, but I feel like y'all just mad that she playing this game and she playing it better than the people y'all like. And that's just what it is. I also want Giselle to stop with this whole thing about Karen attacking her family. Sis, we all knew that you and Jamal weren't really together like that. And maybe you thought it was more than what it was, but he was not reciprocating the same feelings towards you. So the tea that Monique spilled at the reunion really wasn't good tea. It was lukewarm at best, in my opinion, because we all thought that there, like, the rumors with that you and that you and Jamal were not together. And honestly, he proved that, in my opinion, by not coming to the reunion with you. That's just the way I see it. On to Karen. Y'all, I'm sick of Karen. And when I say I'm sick of Karen with this whole Giselle wished death on my husband. She did not wish death on your husband, ma'am. Your husband very ignorantly and very boldly pulled her to the side and told her she needs to settle down before her looks fade, because nobody would want to marry her once her looks fade. And Giselle's rebuttal to him in her green screen was, Ray will be 6 feet under before these looks fade. And truth be told is, if you really had an issue with this, you should have brought this up 4 years ago when this happened. Giselle has done a lot more worse things towards you before this. And I don't understand why you are harping on this fact. I don't. I also don't get why y'all are so quick to down Robin not wanting to have her wedding during a panorama. But y'all were so quick to talk Cash Money-ish about Cynthia having a super spreader wedding because she said she had over 200 people at her wedding. But now, because Karen, who's y'all fave, is having her wedding, it's, oh, at least Karen's getting married again. At least did it. And it's like, we're still in this, y'all. We still in this Panasonic. So I don't understand that. I need Karen to chill. I am happy, and like, I saw the commercial for Surrey County. She looked beautiful in that commercial. She looks great. Karen looks great. The work that she has gotten done is tasteful, and it makes her look age appropriate, and she looks amazing. And I'm happy for her. I'm happy that LaDame is expanding. I do call shade on her not telling Wendy that she's also doing candles. And her whole reason in talking about, oh, you know, mine is different because it's 3 wick candles and Wendy's is only 1 wick candle. No, ma'am, no. But I will give Karen grace in the fact that I believe Karen will have her candles out before Wendy. Because if this is the only product Wendy is selling, why haven't we seen her marketed? We haven't seen. We've only seen pictures of you know, the product for the candle, but we haven't seen the candle line. Like, you've had well over a year to get this candle line going. At least with Karen, we know LaDame is gonna come. We saw her with her fragrance. We've seen her with her wigs. We know if Karen's gonna say it's a part of LaDame, it's coming. So I can give Karen grace. I just think she should have mentioned it to Wendy. I also find it very, like, funny that Karen is holding on to Wendy and Mia, and it's basically because she doesn't have anybody else. Yes, Candace is cool with Karen, and Candace is cool with Wendy, but Candace has learned her lesson that none of these women are her friends. So she goes where she is most appreciated, which is Robin, Giselle. That's who she kicking it with. And now with Scarlett. With, what's her name? Like, Ashley is loyal to nobody, but Ashley is slightly loyal to Giselle and Robin. Karen ain't got nobody else. And here soon, if Mia stays on this cast, Mia's gonna leave Karen. I know Mia is gonna leave Karen. But we gonna get to Mia soon. So I just feel like she's just holding on to Wendy and Mia, and I just find it odd that, like, you're holding on to a woman that you trashed the season prior because you didn't feel like her accolades of academic achievement was anything to you. But now all of a sudden, she the one. She your homie now. That's BS. Miss me with that. Then let's go to Mia. So with Mia, y'all, side note, if y'all know Ashley Shaw Miller, check out her channel. She says Mia looks like Chinese Kitty from Love and Hip Hop, and I have now not been able to unsee that. Mia looks extremely, she looked like her and Chinese Kitty could be sisters or mother and daughter, and that's crazy to me. But I don't know. Like, and now all of a sudden Mia and Wendy are like friends now. So on this episode, this is what Mia put it on her Twitter. She says, I love this version of Wendy. Mind you, she been throwing like slick reads and jabs at Wendy every time she posts. She said, girlfriends should be able to have an innocent kiki. And then she says, at the official Karen Huger, always does things first class. So I wasn't too concerned, just had questions. So now they friends. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then the part that, like, and so we got a little bit more about Mia's backstory with her mom, and I took notes on this. And basically, it seemed like her dad wasn't the greatest of people. And her version of her dad that she remembers was the good version and not the drug addict version. We end up finding out that Mia's dad introduced her mom to drugs, unfortunately. We also find out that Mia has like third degree burn, or got third degree or second degree burn on her shoulder. When she was younger, she was trying to make oatmeal, and when she was trying to, I guess, pour it into a bowl, it got on her shoulder and it burned her. But unfortunately, her mom was at work and her dad was at home, and I guess she was only at work for 15 minutes before she got a call from, like, I guess the police or the emergency room or something. And she was like, well, why isn't her dad there? Come to find out, her dad was in the basement messing around with another woman. And so her mom kicked the dad out. And I guess her dad was also physically abusive, because she mentions, like, he would put his hands on her. Then 3 days later, after she kicked him out, she wanted him back. So you can tell they probably had, when you do drugs with someone, there is a strong codependency. So we know her mom was on drugs. And then unfortunately, she tried to take her life because of, like, not being with him. So it's like Mia didn't know all of it. Like, I think Mia knew about it, but as a child, you block out those things. You remember the good things about your parents, and she said that she doesn't remember her dad being like that, but she knows he was like that. Also, she said she hopes this is a step into a better, like, direction with her mom, because she does want a relationship with her mom, especially now that her mom is her only parent, because we all know that her dad passed away. So I mean, it was nice to, well, it's not nice to know that part of Mia, because no one should go through that, but it was nice to get more, like, backstory about Mia. I still think Mia is a liar. We even got that for episode 8, when Mia was in the car with Wendy and Karen, and basically lied, like, blatantly lied, and said that Giselle called Wendy a weak bitch. And when Giselle didn't say that, Giselle basically said, if you gonna crumble when we having these discussions, maybe you shouldn't be a part of this group. Granted, you could take that and interpret it as her calling her a weak bee, but Mia, that's not what she said. And Mia was like, that's like, when Mia was like, who said that? Because at the table, Wendy confronts Giselle at the end of, like, the trip, and Giselle's like, I didn't call you that. And then Candace had to step in and was like, no, she didn't say that. She said, if you're going to be a part of this group and crumble when things become, like, when we talk about these things, then you shouldn't be a part of the group. And then Mia's whole thing was like, well, you know, that's what I interpreted. No, girl, you lie. Mia be lying. Mia stays lying. And y'all go up for her. Like, Mia just be lying. So, yeah, Mia lied. Mia blatantly lied. So they clocked her on that. And then Mia shared that on episode 9 that just went off on Sunday, that Giselle invited everybody to like a Robin's get together, like a little dinner at a nice restaurant, but she didn't invite Karen and she didn't invite Wendy's. And Giselle basically said Wendy didn't wish Robin a happy birthday, and nor did Karen, so why invite them? And I'm kind of with that. But you can tell that Mia is trying to stir the pot, and you also can tell that Mia is, like, flatlining, because Mia leans into tropes of, like, what the fans want. Like, she's quick to belittle Candace and call her a little girl and call her a crouton and all this stuff with the whole salad tossing thing. And then she was coming at Wendy when people didn't like Wendy, but now all of a sudden, Wendy, you like this new version of Wendy and stuff. And it's like, this is stupid. Like, sis, pick a lane. And also, and this is what I'm saying when I say Mia wants to be a part of the Green Eyed Bandits, because I think Mia understands that, like, Giselle is the face of Potomac, and if you're good with Giselle, you're okay. Yes, Karen is the fan favorite, but we do not see Karen being a part of being a part of the Bravo network the way we see Giselle. So Mia is trying to get in where she fits in with the right team, quote unquote. And so it's kind of like she want to be with them. And like I said, when I was talking about Karen, I really think that Mia is going to jump ship when it comes to Karen here soon. Yes, people love Karen. People love Karen, but Mia knows that she probably will be on the seat, like on this like series longer if she aligns herself with Giselle. You see Ashley is always aligning herself with Giselle. Always. No matter how crazy and how foul Ashley can be, as long as she's paired up with Giselle, she's good to go. Same with Robin. Y'all swear Robin is boring, but Robin is a pair with Giselle. So as long as Giselle is on this show, Robin is probably gonna be on this show. She might get demoted to a friend, but she gonna be on the show versus her getting fired or kicked off. So Mia is trying to come up on game. Remember, y'all, sis was allegedly not a stripper, but a stripper. She know game. She know how to hustle. She know what this is. So Karen, I eventually know that Karen and Mia are not gonna be cool for too long. I know for a fact that it's not gonna happen. But I do think Mia is a pretty decent addition to the cast. She with the mess. And you need somebody that's with the mess that's like gonna always stir the pot. She need to stop lying though, but she with the mess. And I'm here for it. Do I like her? Not really, but I'm here for her being a part of the cast. So then let's move to Miss Wendy. Y'all might not be happy with what I gotta say with Wendy because I know y'all feeling Wendy, but I'm not feeling Miss Wendy. I'm not feeling Miss Wendy. I really think that Wendy is gonna be looking dumb as a box of rocks. And when it comes time for the reunion, the way her and Eddie are moving on these internet streets, it's very reminiscent of Monique, the bird lady, and we saw how that ended. I don't think it's going to end well for Wendy. And the reason why I say that is Wendy kind of outs herself when she does these like interviews. Like, sis, you said that you didn't hear the rumors, but then you said in your interview that Robin told you about the rumors. And then Eddie getting in it, because Eddie posted this picture. They are a beautiful couple, by the way, but he said, be so solid that they lose credibility trying to throw salt on your name. I'm saying this, I really do hope there ain't like that Eddie is not cheating on Wendy, because it's like you're putting too much solace in your relationship. You saw how that ended for Dr. Jackie. Everybody was waiting for her relationship to fail because she was so self-righteous. And when the bomb dropped and we all found out that Curtis had done her wrong, people threw it in her face. So you keep big up in Eddie. And granted, you are supposed to like champion your husband and your spouse or your partner, male or female, and all the genders in between. But you can't put nothing past anyone. And that's just the truth. So I think Wendy needs to cull it, and so does Eddie, because people were already on like Reddit saying that they think Eddie is the reason why Wendy got surgery, because they saw that Eddie was liking a lot of women who like was following a lot of pages on Instagram where there were a lot of scantily clad or naked IG women, and they were like, well, maybe that's the reason why Wendy getting her body done. So it's like people are gonna now pick apart your relationship because you're propping it up on this pedestal. Do I think it's right for them to do that? No, but that's what people are gonna do. So that I would say they really need to be careful with that. Also, Wendy need to chill on doing these interviews with the Jasmine brand. Because now all of a sudden, she talking about, she now understands how Monique felt when it came to Giselle spreading rumors about her family. Excuse me, y'all. Hasn't spoken to Monique, but wishes her the best and has no ill will. This is my thing with that. Nobody was spreading rumors about her family. Giselle didn't spread rumors. Giselle just mentioned the rumor. Spreading rumors to me is actively going around and telling everybody the rumor. It seems like people in Potomac already knew the rumor. and she just brung it to TV. And the person who was actively spreading the rumor was Monique's friend Gigi, who she has never tried to put hands on, and who she has never really publicly came out and came at so hard, but she can somewhat come at Giselle. Somewhat. And you notice something, and this is what I've noticed and what I've picked up when it comes to the whole situation about Giselle spreading rumors and trying to break down families. The issue is, y'all, like, she's not breaking families. Y'all are on a messy reality show. It's called Real Housewives. And like I said in my Wendy and Candace video, Real Housewives was built off of, like, it's supposed to be like a parody. Well, not even a parody. It's based off a Dynasty and Dallas, which is soap operas. And we all know soap operas are extra and shady and convoluted and crazy. Why would you want to bring, if you want to have, like, what's it called? If you don't want your family to be, like, picked apart, don't be on reality TV. And that's with any show. You could be on the wholesomest of wholesomest shows. Like, I watch, I think it's the 8 Johnsons or the Little Johnsons, which is about a family of little people. That show is so wholesome to me. I did not know there are pages that just has dirt on the husband and the wife, and how people don't like how the mom treats one of the daughters, and people just constantly are dragging it. They drag that family, and that's a wholesome show. So anytime you're on reality TV, the mess is going to be brought to you. The mess will always be brought to you. Like, oh my gosh. Like, so this whole, like, she's tearing down families is so stupid to me, because you chose to be on a series that does this. Y'all sound stupid. Stupid. Y'all just sound stupid to me. Also, I think Wendy is starting to realize, like, sis, you on the wrong team, because Mia nor Karen are going to have your back in the long run. And I honestly think Candace is pulling away from Wendy, because Candace is a lot closer to a Scarlett, and I can see them being a duo together. But I really do think that Wendy is going to look stupid at the reunion, because it's like, you're doing too much for fan attention and for fan love. You want the fans to like you so much, but I guarantee you, the moment that Karen drops you, you are going to be in the boat. Like, they're going to trash you again. And it's very stupid to depend on people who are already fickle in the beginning. You're not one of their faves. The only reason they like you now is because you're going at Giselle. So if you don't go at Giselle the next season, when you're on, they're going to be talking trash about you again. They're going to make fun of your hairline again, because y'all did that all season long. They're going to compare you to Dennis. What's that man? The dude that looked like Blade. They're going to say your hairline is shaped like one of the Jacksons. So, and they're going to talk about how you're not that pretty, that you're not the look for Potomac, when we all know that's underlying colorism. It is what it is. But Wendy is being stupid because she wants fan approval. And granted, who am I? Who am I? I don't know what it's like to have thousands of people rag you about your appearance and talk negatively about you when you thought you was going to get on the scene and be that girl and hit, and people don't like you. So I get doing this whole 180, but I don't really think it's going to benefit her in the long run. I just think she's going to screw herself over. And we'll see at the reunion. Because I just really think she's going to screw herself over. Because she's out here making herself look stupid with these interviews, in my opinion. So, now let's get on to Miss Candy Pants. Y'all know I like Candace. And y'all, I want to side note say, your girl is Twitter famous. Let me stop playing. I did a Twitter thread, y'all. And, like, I did not think it was going to get as many likes as it did. But, y'all, it got a whole bunch of likes. And I'm going to show y'all. You know, I'm going to show you. But basically what I said is, I don't understand how y'all are how Candace to y'all is so vile. Like, today, I have been going back and forth with people, and sometimes you just got to put your phone down and just not argue with people. But I have been going back and forth because people were saying, because I said y'all show how anti-black y'all are when it comes to Candace. And a lot of people were like, well, if you don't like Candace, you're anti-black. And I'm like, no, you don't have to like Candace. I have told y'all that time and time again. Y'all don't have to like Candace. But let's call a spade a spade. The way in which y'all choose to drag her, y'all use very anti-black statements. Y'all talk about how she looked ugly with a head wrap on, which I know most of y'all be wearing bonnets and head wraps and turbans to work. Y'all also talk about how she doesn't have hair, and that's why she's hating on Ashley, because Ashley wears her natural hair. That sounds stupid because we all know black women have long hair. We all know black women have the same texture of hair. Candace has shown her natural hair, and it's pretty long. Plus, she's always wearing braids, so we know that's a protective style, and we know wearing head wraps is a protective style. So that doesn't make sense. And then y'all always want to put violence on her. I had one lady tell me, Candace says some of the vilest things that incite violence in you. How, for a show that is meant to be catty and gossipy, does someone who is better with her words and who annihilates y'all fave incites violence in y'all? And then y'all are mad about Candace calling Ashley wide body and a filthy milkmaid, which was funny as hell. When it's like the person y'all want to defend is one of the nastiest people on this whole entire franchise. And y'all clearly forget that because she's married and to a crusty, dusty, pasty man, and she keeps popping out she popped out little kids because she keeps having babies. Oh, poor Ashley, she's an innocent victim. Miss me with that, yo. Miss me with that. I am proud that Candace has released her music. Benefits is actually a good song. I would rather listen to Benefits than listen to Drive Back. But I'm glad that she's taking her music career seriously. I'm glad acting is working for her. I'm glad she's actively working on getting her master's degree. And then I was upset because one of my favorite commentators decided to bolster up and like defend Ashley and call Chris a deadbeat when it's like, sis, she tries to say Chris is a deadbeat that doesn't have a job because all Chris does is his online stuff. When it's like, ma'am, you have been a creator of content for 10 years, and yes, that has been lucrative and has turned into your regular employment now, but it wasn't that back then. There's plenty of people who think what you do is a hobby still, because her rebuttal to me, which she deleted, was like, I have employees, what Chris does is a hobby, when I'm like, I guarantee you when you started off, a lot of people thought what you did was a hobby and it wasn't worth anything. So why would you do a dig on him just to bolster up someone who has shown many times that she's anti-black as well? Ashley aligns herself with white people all the time. And I was really disappointed in this YouTuber because I love her content. And it's like, why are you jumping in on this when you are so smart? You are so smart. You are so smart. Why are you being obtuse and stupid right now, ma'am? Why? When you are so smart. And that's my thing. Y'all come at Candace and say she says the most hateful and vile things when y'all can't really give me anything. What she said to Monique, I'm asleep and I'm bored. Ooh. The only person she comes at hard is Ashley, and that's because Ashley starts with her, and then Candace verbally annihilates her, and y'all don't like it. She said her man was itching and he should take a test. We know Michael be out here cheating on Ashley. There is video evidence of him on the gram and in blogs that he has cheated and slept with other women and other men on Ashley. We've seen him actively kick Ashley out the house. We've seen him treat Ashley like she's subpar. We've seen him be a prejudiced dickwad. The way he acted at the end of last season, how he was only giving this much energy to the black producer. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. When he came up to Chris and basically told Chris, get your black wife in order because she making us white men look bad. But Candace is anti-black because she called Ashley a bed wench. And Ashley has shown us time and time again she can be just as nasty. And y'all like to be like, Candace is always coming for Ashley and her motherhood. Ashley got called a bed wench and a roach while she was pregnant when she was in labor. She took time out of having labor to have a Twitter argument with somebody. She's a dummy. Why would you be on Twitter when you're actively pushing another living human being through your pelvis? Why? Why? But y'all are mad at Candace. And don't get me wrong, Candace is no saint. The way Candace came at Chris, I thought was jacked up. You are asking too much of your husband, and at the end of the day, sis, get you a real manager. Pay a real manager. You are making coin off of your acting gigs, off of this music, and off of Real Housewives. Get a real manager, Candace, before you end up having more drama and more issues than you need. And Chris needs to put his foot down and tell her you don't want to be her manager no more. You don't have to be her manager anymore. You can move on. Let Chris do his online classes, teaching people how to cook and make drinks and make his business ventures that way. And write his blogs. Stop creating drama for yourself where there doesn't need to be. And then now on to Ashley. I'm sick of y'all. I am sick of y'all. When it comes to Ashley, y'all treat Ashley like she's some damsel in distress, and she's not. Ashley is a she-demon who has accosted and violated and terrorized everybody on this cast. But because she keep popping out babies for the Crypt Keeper, and her husband is a creepy, prejudiced, misogynistic asshole. The same man who told her this episode that went off last night that he's glad she lost her baby weight because she's more attractive, basically skinny, and he wasn't attracted to her when she was pregnant. That's who y'all go up for instead of Candace. Y'all be defending Candace against Ashley. Talking about Candace is just jealous that Ashley keeps as the mother. Don't nobody give a F-U-C-K about this lady being a mother. No, it's actually a good parent. She seems to be, but Ashley is a nasty individual. And I got receipts because y'all are all upset because Candace called Ashley wide body and a filthy milkmaid. But let's see how Ashley treated Katie and what she said about Candace. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how while she was pregnant, this is what y'all sweet, so innocent damsel in distress Ashley said. Ashley said, "Hello, my friends. This motherhood journey is the best feeling in the world. I have stepped out of my peace bubble to say I will spare no one at the reunion. With mail order coochie Katie and hamster face Candace will hear what I have to say then." But Candace can't call Ashley a wide body hoe. But it's okay for Ashley to call Candace a hamster face, for Ashley to demean Candace and say this is her mother's home. And y'all keep using that Candace threw a butter knife and it almost hit Ashley. They have shown pictures, like actual scene by scene. When she threw it, it hit the floor. It was nowhere near Ashley. So stop with that. And if y'all really want examples of how Ashley has accosted everybody, let's go down the line. And before I get that, and you can tell Ashley is in her feelings about that wide body comment because this is her post online. She says, "I'm not lowering my high flying vibrations for anyone. So just keep me flowing through your airwaves." You feel some type of way that she called you a wide body hoe. Say that, sis. And that's how you know a read hits you, when you know it stings. And should Candace be talking about people's body? No, it is not okay to body shame people. But if you gonna body shame me, we can go tit for tat. And y'all just seem to not understand that is what Housewives is. But let's really talk about who. Like let's start. Let's start, and then we gonna end this because I've been talking for too long. Number one. Let's start with Karen, since she is y'all apropos fave. Number one, she said to Karen, she talked about Ray's genital area and how it was wrinkled and shriveled up, and that's why Karen was out here cheating on her husband, allegedly, with blue eyes. Ashley said that, but Ashley's not destroying families. Okay. Then she also was coming at Karen about her tax issues. Pay. You should tell Ray to pay his taxes, Karen. But Ashley's not destroying him, not vile or hateful. Okay. Then let's go to y'all other fave, who y'all swear y'all want back on the show, but added nothing to the show, Miss Monique. She implied, and y'all act like she didn't, that Monique caused her own miscarriage by being a drunk. Y'all swear y'all like to act like she didn't do that, when she legit said in her green screen and like to double down saying, Monique knows what I know, and we both know what's up. She basically implied that the lady was a drunk, and that's the reason why she had a miscarriage. But Candace is the vile one. I ain't never seen Karen say someone deserves to have a miscarriage. The only thing Candace said about Ashley is that she didn't believe that Michael's tears were real. None of us believe Michael's tears were real about the whole miscarriage, because Michael didn't want to have kids with Ashley. That is a pure conclusion. Michael told Ashley he didn't want no kids. He had kids. For real, y'all. Then she kept coming at Charisse. She came for Charisse. Ashley was always trying to get Charisse to drop tea about her divorce, when we clearly knew Charisse did not want to talk about her divorce. But she always brought it up and was always stirring the pot. Then with Katie, the way Ashley came at Katie's neck on season 4, that y'all always like to glaze over, when we know every time Ashley got on Watch What Happens Live, she had nothing but nasty things to say about Katie. She had nothing but nasty things to say about Katie. She even told Katie she wasn't mentally healthy to be a part of the group, when she herself knew that Katie was going through trying to get her kids back, because she was battling in a horrible custody battle with their father. But Candace is a vile person. Then let's go with Candace. She brought Candace on the show, but had no problems calling Candace a hamster face, talking about her wig, talking about Chris, talking about how trying to belittle Candace about living in her mother's home. Sis, you wish you could live in your mother's home. The fact that Michael, that man, had to pay for your mother's living situation because your mother decided to live in a tent on the side of the road to be with her man. Miss me with that. Y'all say Candace is vile, but Candace ain't never hit Ashley with that slug about Sheila. As much as y'all can talk about Dot, about Candace's mama, we at least know Candace's mama gonna take care of hers. We know Ashley mama don't give two flying F-U-C-K about her, because she be pushing her child to stay with Michael, even though Michael treats that girl like she ain't nothing, like she is beneath him. But okay, we gonna keep going. Then we saw for 3 seasons how Ashley was on Robin's neck. She even told the world how that girl didn't even have but $100 or $90 in her bank account. She gleefully told Robin about how, Juan is cheating. Juan has been around town with another girl. I'm just trying to be a friend. No, you took joy in that. You took joy in accosting her. You took joy in seeing Robin sweat about Ron. But Candace is the vile person. And then Wendy. She blatantly called Wendy ferocious. Ferocious is never used in an argument. When people use ferocious, it's for animals. We know what that meant. Oh, you being ferocious. And y'all tried to, this whole Ashley's a new mother. Miss me with that, because when Wendy wanted to bring her child and was upset that she couldn't bring her baby that she had, Ashley was throwing it in her face like, girl, I'm a new mom. I just had my baby. You have 2 other kids. So what are we talking about? It's the blatant omission and being obtuse about what is going on. Y'all cannot like Candace, but don't sit here and try to justify Ashley when we know Ashley is full of it. We know Ashley is downright a she-devil. But y'all are so okay with defending the light-skinned woman, but the light-skinned woman who has to sleep with a pasty, creepy old white man, but not with the black. But y'all have issues with the black girl who married another white man for love and gets money from her mama because they have generational wealth. Do I got that right? Okay, I got that right. Okay. But yeah, y'all, I'm over this. But yeah, y'all, remember to be bravely authentic. Drop down in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts and your feelings. I'm about to get back to studying. Say a prayer that I pass these 2 exams in this quiz. Deuces, y'all.